Hello, Earth Signs. Happy Saturday. Welcome to your Daily Focus Tarot. So for today and what you should focus on, we have Seven of Swords, or Seven of Wands, and Two of Cups. Now, Seven of Wands, this talks about persevering. This talks about taking the higher ground in order to defend yourself and feeling justified in that defense, and really sticking it out and struggling with it. Now you have a bunch of clarifiers that all came out at the same time. One big lump, all in the reverse. So we have the Sun in the reverse, which can talk about a lack of clarity and being overly optimistic. And then we have Four of Pentacles in the reverse, which can talk about, it can talk about greed and paranoia or other ways that you might mistrust somebody. It can also talk about having the scarcity mindset. Then we have the Fool in reverse, which can talk about risk-taking. It can talk about being foolish, being gullible, naive, not trusting in yourself. It can talk about negligence. It can also talk about apathy sometimes in regards to not having faith and not starting your journey, not believing in yourself. So being very apathetic. And the Page of Cups in reverse can also talk about apathy and paranoia. It can talk, about being impulsive and having these creative blocks. So why you need to feel justified and taking the high ground, this mistrust, this scarcity, this lack of clarity in what's going on. You're feeling justified to take the high ground. The other card, sorry about the dog. The other card that came out for you was Two of Cups. And this is a card of healing. And it's a card of unity. Healing both the spiritual and the physical, and having those be in union and getting this new start because you're able to have that unity. You're able to have that blend. For clarifiers, we got the Four of Cups, which talks about daydreaming. It talks about being in a stagnant period and dreaming about the future, thinking about something that you're passionate about, something that will bring you a lot of emotional stability. But the other two clarifiers that came out, Death in the reverse and the High Priest in the reverse. And the High Priest, Death, she's talking about stagnation. She's talking about obsession, resisting change because you are pessimistic or depressed. It can sometimes talk about weariness. So you're daydreaming about wanting this change, wanting this healing, this unity, but you're obsessing over it and not actually doing anything to make that change. When we look at the High Priest in the reverse, this can talk about rejection of other people's values, or sometimes even a rejection of what used to be your own personal beliefs. It also sometimes talks about people who are giving you unsound advice because they're corrupt, they're rebellious. Very occasionally it talks about eccentricity, but in this situation, because you're dreaming about wanting this healing, but you're afraid to make that change because maybe you don't even know what your personal values are anymore. Maybe you don't know what to believe in anymore, and you're struggling to find anything to believe in. I can't tell you what to believe in. That's, your personal business. I would say just stop struggling. Start making the changes that you already know you want to make. Take small steps moving forwards towards them. And then the bigger stuff is going to sort itself out a little later. And you can make bigger and bigger changes as you go along. You don't have to make every change instantly. As soon as you decide, oh, this needs to change, you don't have to do like a 180 with your entire life. You can make small changes and just keep making those small changes every so often as you get more and more comfortable with them, as they start becoming second nature to you, and you're not really thinking about them as hard. And then you just keep adding more and more little changes. And before you know it, your life has done that 180, but it wasn't very stressful for you. It wasn't depressing. It wasn't a struggle. The impulsiveness, I would really stay away from it. I wouldn't be taking risks. I would just, make the little small changes, make a plan to make each small change, and then make a plan that adds these small changes up into like a bigger lifestyle change. Have a great Saturday. I'll see you tomorrow.